Toward the beginning of the film, we see a man, who was sitting in the car and was very scared. After that, he goes to a church to the father, whose name was Peter William. And this man who came to Peter, the father, was actually a doctor. The doctor brings Peter to a house, where the devil has possessed a girl named Magali. The devil had controlled him. After that, Peter calls his companion here and tells him to come here soon. We have to do exorcism together. That is, we have to do magic and get the devil out of that girl. And if we don't do this, the girl who is possessed by the devil will kill her. But William's companion forbids him from doing exorcism. Who himself was a well-known leader of the church, and says that everything will happen after I come. Peter's companion stops him a lot, and says that your training has not been completed yet. Actually, the one Peter was talking to was also his teacher. But Peter doesn't listen to anyone here now and starts doing exorcism. There he also sets up a camera so that whatever is there can be recorded. But that devil was very powerful and does not come out of Magali. And now that devil also found out that Peter likes Magali. Actually, Magali used to live in Peter's church and used to take care of the children there. Magali is currently the victim of the devil's wrongdoings. So that Peter can pay attention on Magali. But Father Peter controls himself and continues the exorcism. Now Magali fell on the bed and fainted. When Peter goes to her, the devil inside Magali starts kissing him. Father Peter stops himself a lot. But now that devil leaves Magali and comes into Peter's body. And possessed him. After that, the story is shown after 18 years, where the guard was giving food to the prisoners in the jail. Now when he puts his hand to pick up a plate from a jail, someone holds his hand and bites his fingers. After this, we see Father Peter who was distributing food among the poor. Then a woman comes to him who says, that my son has been sick for many days, and asks him to help him. Now Peter's father goes to that woman's house and, by pouring holy water on the child's forehead, he checks. But he does not do anything strange. From which it was clear that he was not under the influence of any devil. He was really sick. Now the father takes him to the hospital quickly. Where doctors tell Father Peter that this child has a dangerous disease. And we don't even have the right medicine. That's why many of our children have died. Now Peter prays to God for his children. Then a doctor comes to him whom we saw at the beginning of the story. He tells that we have lost 4 children again this week. On which Peter tells him that this is my punishment which God is giving me. Father Peter still considered himself guilty of the incident that happened with Magali. After which Peter meets the leader of his church. Now he tells what had happened 18 years ago. He tells his leader that I had committed a very big sin. To which I did not have the courage to tell. Father Peter tells his leader that everything is happening because of me. And today he came to give that videotape to the leader. Which was made 18 years ago while having Magali's exorcism. In any case, he actually didn't have the boldness. That's why this time he keeps it with him. The leader gives some funds to Peter through which the sick children could be treated. Now he brings a lot of things for the children with that money. One night, Peter was apologizing for his sins in front of his God. Whatever he had done 18 years ago. But then there is a sound of someone screaming. When Peter goes to check, there was a lot of blood on the floor in the church. And Jesus Christ, his God, was in the custody of a devil and was crying. Now when he goes to him, he attacks him. Then Peter's eyes open and he finds out that it was a nightmare. Then he gets a call from the same jail. Whose scene we had seen a while ago. The guard tells him that the condition of a prisoner is very bad here. Who does not need a doctor but needs a priest father. Now the next morning Peter takes his doctor with him and goes to that jail. Where he sees a girl who had a devil and was doing exactly the same things. As 18 years ago the devil was doing inside Molly. But Peter does not do anything now and comes out of the jail. But then the devil screams very loudly. Everyone heard that sound very loud. after which he meets the jail guard. Then Magali comes there, and here we find out that the girl who had a devil inside, she was no one else but the daughter of Magali and Peter. That night when Peter did the exorcism of Magali, the devil came inside her. And that devil did wrongdoings with Magali through Peter. Due to this, Peter and Magali's daughter was born. Now Magali shows the picture to Peter and says that you will have to save our daughter. Now when Peter was sleeping at night, he feels that his body had stopped moving. And he again sees his God who was attacking him. And he was completely in the grip of the devil. The next day Peter goes to the hospital. The child he had brought had died. But the doctors say that this child did not die due to any disease. Now Peter also knew what was the reason for the death of that child. When the mother of that child comes there, she cries a lot. Peter also comforts her. On which she says to him that there is no God in the world. Because she was very saddened by the death of her son. After which Peter was playing with the children. Then Magali also comes there. When she sees him playing with the children, she remembers her old days, when she was also in the church. Now, Peter decides that he will save his daughter. In this regard, he also talks to his leader. But he does not tell anyone that that girl is his daughter. Now for his help, Peter also calls his companion, whom we saw at the beginning of the story. But he also does not tell him about that girl, on whom he had to do exorcism, that she is his daughter. After which he also runs the videotape, in which Magali and his video of that night. Peter tells his companion that God comes in my dream, who attacks me, and I can't even move at that time. Now that companion who was also his teacher, he tells that the devil wants to overpower you. On the other hand, when a sister was praying in the church, then she hears a very scary voice. When she follows that voice, then she sees blood on the floor. Then a scary kind of devil comes in front of her. He pulls her towards himself and takes control of her. And then he goes to the children present in the church, where Magali was. After seeing her, she understood that she is the effect of a devil. She stops her from going to the children. Hearing the scream, Peter and his companion come there and start doing exorcism. Now that devil immediately leaves the body of that sister. But now that devil had also started showing his effect on the children there. The next day, Peter goes to jail with his companion, where his daughter was kept. The devil was inside his daughter. He was stopping him from doing exorcism with his sweet talks. But when Peter starts doing exorcism, that devil gets very angry. He was acting like crazy now. First he beats Peter's daughter a lot. Then he cuts Peter's companion's ear. Then the doctor injects Peter's daughter and makes her unconscious. Now here Peter's companion tells everyone to go, and says that no one will stop except Peter and me. After which they start preparing for exorcism. He says that we will have to do this exorcism carefully, because some priests get scared doing this. After which the devil becomes even more powerful. On which Peter says that how can we do all this? His companion says that we are God at this time. We have to believe in this ourselves. After which Peter goes to Magali, and tells her that I started liking you without thinking. And taking advantage of this, the devil took over me, because of which I came so close to you. But he apologizes to Molly. Now she also forgives him. After which they go to jail. The doctor and his companion were also present with Peter. But now as soon as they come in, all the lights are turned off. When they go to check the light board, there the doctor sees the corpse of the guard, whom someone had killed badly. Then the devil comes in front of him, and attacks the doctor. Now when Peter and his companion come to him after hearing the doctor's scream, that doctor was very much injured, and tells Peter to go away from here. All the prisoners in jail there. The devil had taken over everyone. Had taken everyone under his control. Now Peter and his companion start doing exorcism. But then the biggest devil comes there, who was scared to see Peter's companion. Because of this, he becomes weak in front of him. That devil takes advantage of this and attacks him, by which he gets very much injured. But Peter saves him from there and takes him away. But the devil who was inside Peter's daughter, he had still kept an eye on them. Now he come to the jail kitchen and lock himself. Here Peter's companions say to him, "Our exorcism is not affecting them." Here now Peter tells the truth to his companion. Whatever he hid with Magdalene that night by coming under the influence of the devil. His companion says for this reason, "Your prayers are not working." Now Peter says to his companion, "If my prayers are not working, then your prayer should work then." Now Peter's companion tells him that many years ago, he had made an arrangement with the devil, because of which he lost all his powers. Now his companion says to Peter, "Don't ever do this mistake." Saying this, he dies. All the devils had entered inside after opening the door. Now Peter goes to the other room and closes the door. He makes his video in which he tells all the truth, what happened 18 years ago, and records everything and sends it to his leader. Now after doing all this, Peter comes out of the room and starts doing his exorcism. Then the devil of his God's face also comes there. But now Peter is not afraid of anyone. He was doing his exorcism by dropping holy water on everyone. And now that devil who was inside his daughter, comes from behind and hits something on his head, because of which he becomes unconscious. After this, when the Father Peter comes to his senses, he sees all the devils had tied him. Now here begins the exorcism of God, which is also the name of the movie. That devil who was inside Peter's daughter, he starts doing exorcism on him in his evil ways, and starts taking out his God from inside Peter. On the other side, we see the big devil in the church, which was coming to the children in a scary way. Here the devil and Peter were doing exorcism on each other, but no one was able to succeed. Both were hurting each other. And now the devil gives Peter an option. Either you save the God inside you, or those children who are in the church. On the other side, the devil was killing the children one by one in the church, and Magdalene was not able to do anything. Now Peter understands that he can't do anything, and accepts the deal of the devil. After which the devil leaves from there, and Peter's daughter was also cured. Now Peter brings his daughter out of the jail. Everyone started believing Peter as God. The leader comes there and says, "I have deleted the video that you had sent me." There was also Peter's daughter. And now when his leader was talking to Peter, his eyes start shining. Means now the devil was inside Peter. The leader came to know. He asks, on which the devil says, "Peter has sacrificed the God inside him to save his daughter and the children of the church." And then we see Peter's daughter there, who now had God inside. At the